This is the Lockpicker 1969, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to the next episode of Interview with a Lockpicker. Today's guest is Skip Hambrook. Say hi.
Well, hello everyone.
So, where are you from?
Well, I was born in Michigan. I lived there till I was around 15 and moved to Florida and been a transplant ever since.
Okay. So, what does your name mean? How is your name significant?
Well, it isn't really significant to anyone but me. I got that nickname in the army, and I was known for procrastinating or putting things off or outright not doing it. So they started calling me Skip, and it stuck
Okay.
because I just say Skip.
All right. So, how did you get into lock sport?
Well, um, that's through YouTube, I reckon. That's when I found out it was a thing.
Okay. You mentioned in the pre-interview that you kind of got into it as a little kid.
Oh, that was when I picked my first lock. It was out of desperation trying to find what's going on for Christmas behind the locked door.
So, how did you do that?
With a lady's fingernail file and a lot of luck. Cheap lock, apparently.
What kind of lock was it?
I had no clue. Yeah, right. It was brass or gold or something like that, and
Oh, a
it was
padlock?
huh?
It was a padlock then.
Oh yeah, it was a padlock.
Okay.
That's all I ever picked at padlocks.
So, how much time went by between that and when you really kind of came back around to lock sport a little bit, or at least lock picking?
Well, let's see, that was probably around 1967, and I got back into lock sport probably shortly after turn of the century, 2006 or somewhere around there.
Okay. And what happened? You mentioned something about a toolbox.
Oh yeah, my truck. I had a Chevy S10 in '96, and I had misplaced my whole key ring, and I ended up having to take the toolbox off the truck and store it in my garage. And after a while, it got to be a pain in my side because there's a bunch of stuff in there I want to get to, and it's been over a year, and I figured that I'd just go ahead and instead of calling a locksmith, I'd figure out how to get into it with picking.
Okay. And how did you approach that?
Well, I got on Amazon and did a search for lock picks and waited, got it delivered, and just took that kit, went out and sat down in front of the toolbox and played with it for a good hour and a half. And it started to move on me, and I got excited, and everything came out. I mean, the pick and tension and all that came out, and I had to start over another half hour down the drain. But I finally got it picked, and I was so darn happy with myself, I decided I was going to learn how to do that.
Okay. So, so that happened, what, roughly 20 years ago? So, what happened between then and today?
Oh, not much. I went out and bought some brakes and master locks at the local Walmart, Home Depot, and Ace and such as that. And I didn't spend years kicking around. I got two boxes of locks, of old laminated locks I bought somewhere, True Value, something, I don't know. But I just picking those same locks over and over for quite some time.
Okay. So, was there a reason why you got back into lock picking more recently?
Well, I found it on YouTube by accident. It was just flashed up on me, and I hit hit the watch button or like button or whatever, and decided that one day I was going to be that good, and I decided that if I could get to a belt ranking, anyone at all, I'd be good enough and be happy.
Okay. So are you pursuing the belt ranking system right now?
No.
No.
Oh, I'm just trying to satisfy myself.
Okay. So
And
you're setting
belt
your own goals.
ranking,
Gotcha.
yeah, belt ranking is just too darn hard.
Okay. Now, you mentioned something about having had medical issues and you were looking for a hobby, and that's how you got into lock sport. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, I hurt my back, and I didn't have the use of my legs for a while, and I had a pick set, and I had a couple locks around the house, and um, I just got back into it. I don't know.
Okay. So during your journey of learning, what were some challenges that you faced learning how to lockpick?
Um, Confusion. I didn't know what the heck was going on inside a lock back then, and why some locks would open and some wouldn't, and that intrigued me. And I figured that if somebody else can do it, Skip can too.
Okay. So how did you start moving along then?
Well, it wasn't until I started watching YouTube about 8 years ago that I started buying some locks again and learning the gut and reassemble and repin and what it all means and
Okay.
what how to tell what's in a lock by looking at a key kind of thing. I just fell into it. It came and I had a slight talent for it and I just tried to develop it.
Okay. During the pre-interview, you mentioned that one of your challenges was learning the difference between spools and serrated pins. Can you elaborate on that a
Yeah.
little bit?
Oh yeah, their serrated pins aren't used enough for me to get used to them. I've got 10 American Lock 1100
Mm-hmm.
series lock just because they're serrated.
Yeah.
The only real exposure I've gotten to serrated was the trainer sets from Sparrows that I bought years ago.
Okay. All right. So you mentioned about looking at the whole what do you call belt ranking system. So how did you get into the community? Did someone help you or introduce you to it, or did you find it on your own? Or
Well, I started talking to Mountain Mick.
okay,
We were on Facebook and he was posting some pictures and such of some of his exploits in our lockpicking forum. And I was heavily monitoring at the time. Wasn't really posting that much. And we just made friends and he got into it and it was on there. And I said, well, it might be something I could try. And I tried. I'm still trying.
okay. So you're on Facebook. Are you on any of the other sites or social media
Well,
sites? Okay.
yeah. I'm on Reddit.
Okay.
Let's see. Facebook is Messenger. I'm on Discord, of course. We're on that now.
Yep. Yep.
And
Okay. So a little bit of everything.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
try and keep track of everybody, but it's just impossible.
Oh
There's just
yeah.
too darn big a lot of pickers.
No, I understand that one. Um, Question I typically ask everybody is there anything about yourself that you'd like our audience to know?
Oh, I'm not in this for anything but fun. Um, I don't want other channel con- creators, content creators, to think this is any kind of a competition for me. It's not. I'm just in this for the sheer fun of it and see
Yeah,
how many views I can get a video to get,
that's
and
good.
that's the extent of it. That's the only thing I'd like people to know. I'm not a competitor. I'm
Okay.
just a hobbyist.
Well, that kind of answers the question I was going to ask about what the original reason was for your channel, and then what do you see as the future of your channel?
Oh, one of these days my medicine is not going to work and I'm going to get to a position where I can't pick anymore and
Mm.
it'll rest in the archives with the rest of them.
Yep. Well, that's kind of what these interviews are too. It's a Lock Sport archive of interviews of people that have come and gone, and some people still around that are in Locksport. So it's kind of the whole point of that. So, in the pre-interview, you mentioned that you might be interested in either picking or making challenge locks. Can you talk about that?
Well, I don't have any experience to speak from, but it's an interest. And I was offered a chance at one time, and I declined on Facebook, I believe it was. I think it was Robert Martinez, I forget, Bake Sled, somebody. Uh, they were talking about swapping challenge locks, and they offered me a chance to get in on it, and I politely declined because, quite frankly, I didn't think I was up to it.
Okay. So you were talking about picking them or making them. I didn't quite catch that.
Well, when I found out you gotta modify the actual pin,
Yeah.
my hands aren't steady for making them like
Gotcha.
that.
Okay.
But I at one time I thought I'd just buy some check pins and thread a few cylinder walls and
Mm-hmm.
get a challenge lock. And then since then I've been I had an epiphany, let's say.
Okay. So you, as I understand it, you're retired. So what did you do for a living?
Well, when I was a working man, I used to work for commercial appliance service companies, and at one point I decided to try it on my own, and that didn't work out. So I went back to work for the other companies, but I did that for 16 years. That's about
Mm,
the longest job at one place I ever held.
okay. So did you do anything other than doing appliance repair?
For that company, no, but I've done refrigeration, air conditioning,
Oh,
um,
little
as
bit
a
of everything.
service tech.
Okay. So a little bit of
Yeah,
everything. Yeah.
gas,
Okay.
steam, and electric.
Okay.
Refrigeration.
So I want to get into your hobbies and interests just a little bit. You can you talk a little bit about you have an interest in music and old music and what that's all about?
What's old music to me is probably dinosaur music to most folks, but I like the older stuff. 70s is when I was in the military, and that's always a memory attached to a song there. Get into the 70s music. In the 60s, there was a lot going on with the Detroit riots in the 60s, and
Yep.
they had a lot of tunes associated with it. So, in my in between watching lockpicking videos, I would go and research some songs that I remembered the chorus to and try and turn those into a title and find the song and then
Okay.
store it away.
Hey,
Just
I'm trying to learn how to play some different 60s and 70s classics that are I'm playing them on trying to learn to play them on the guitar, so we'll see how that goes.
I tried the guitar one time.
Yeah?
I still got that guitar. Still can't play it.
I wouldn't say I play it well. I'm trying. We'll see how that goes. So, you also mentioned though that you have a bunch of arcade games in your house. Can you talk about that?
Well, that started out as a project. My son bought a kit to put these. They're 6 foot arcade games. They're 6 foot tall and
Yeah.
they're about 30 inches wide, and it's got a 17, 15 or 17-inch screen on it, and there's up to four people stationed to some of them, where four people can play simultaneously.
Yep.
Then there's pinball machines, and then there's a couple of sit-down machines where you're driving and stuff like that. We just put them all together one by one over the years as he would get them. They cost between $500 and $1,000 each, depending on
Wow.
how many. games that are on the onboard computer.
Yeah.
Got a coin spot, but it's just phony.
So some of them are emulators, it sounds like.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what the processor is.
Okay. Okay. Hey, I've gone through many a roll of quarters growing up as a kid playing arcade games and so forth. So I understand exactly what you're talking about. So,
Well,
which games do you have? Can you think of any of the titles of any of the main ones you've got?
well, you're looking at the Atari Star Wars game and arcade one-ups Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, Star Wars Pinball, Mortal Kombat, Burger Time, Turtles in Time. Some of them are covered up with stacks of boxes. I can't read them all.
Okay.
One right beside me was you sit down with a car is Outrun, where you sit down, got gas pedals and steering wheel, and
Yeah.
you outrun another car kind of scenario. Yeah, it's got like a 19-inch screen on it there.
Very cool. So you told me a little bit of a story about how one of your interests is pro wrestling. Um, I wanted to start with who is your favorite wrestler, and then who is your all time favorite? Because you met your all time favorite.
Well, yeah, I have. That's what makes him my all-time favorite,
Okay.
is because I'm the son of a gun. Other
Okay.
than that, I
Who?
somebody is popular.
So who was it you met?
I met Jack Briscoe of the Briscoe brothers and Wahoo McDaniels, Wade McDaniels.
Okay. Who is your favorite wrestler now?
Oh, wow. I got a lot of favorites now. I don't play the favorite game. I
Okay.
like Cody Rhodes. I like, let's see, who else is in Cody Rhodes? Is there? Um, oh, you asked me now. I can't think of anybody. I'm
That's okay.
sorry. I'm
That's all
not
right.
able to think of the promise I am, but I, I'm, like caught in the spotlight here on this
That's
one.
all right. That's all right. So, one of the other interests you mentioned to me was in web developing. Can you kind of expand on that a little bit?
Well, I got to dance around the facts on this one, but let's see, what was it? 2000. I don't know what it was. Back in the day, I had occasion to buy some PCs and put them together through a hobby supply company,
Huh?
and I put together some communications with it and then hooked up to a communications data line from the phone company. It was a T1 data line.
Nice.
And I put 8 servers online and I wrote all my own web pages for the customers. I give them a turnkey web page back in, I
Cool.
got to say, uh, maybe 2010,
Okay.
around there somewhere.
All right. So,
And I don't want to mention what I was selling on my content, though, okay?
no problem. No problem. So, do you have any thank yous that you'd like to give to any other lock sporters?
Oh, yeah. I got a list here. Hold on.
All
My
right. And it,
okay, first of all, I'd like to thank Rex to Rides. That that's a really underrated but does pretty well website that I kind of found other connections to, Baron. And well, Lock Saga is a new up and coming one. I think is one that influences me a lot. He's a very talented person, and he just isn't getting the views. More's the pity because he's a diamond in the rough.
okay.
And there's Pete and Repeat. eagle lock picking. They're all good. I don't know. It's hard to name just a few, and hard pressed to name a lot.
Okay. Well, name any ones you want. Are there also any lock sporters that you feel should be mentioned who are of note in the community? You know, people you consider to be pillars of the community type people?
Well, my ultimate hero is Georgia Jim. I don't
Okay.
know much about him personally, but I know what he does lock picking, and that's impressed me so much. And when I grow up, I want to be just like him.
Okay.
And lock picking lawyer. I mean, there's a bunch of greats. I don't want to call out anybody in particular. I don't want to get tagged as being a follower of one particular type of picking or another, or one kind of video format over another. Um, like I said, I'm just kicking and scratching, trying to get by here, and I've got a couple hundred videos online, and a few of them's repeated, but uh, oh, what was I going with this now?
We were talking about people that you wanted to mention who are of note in the community.
Oh, let's see.
People you think really kind of stand out as being um, definite like pillars of the community, or people that really have formed what we think of lock sport as it exists today, that sort of thing.
Well, I think the number one shout out's got to go to Lady Locks.
Mm, definitely.
She's right up in the Georgia gym as far as celebrity status in my book.
Yep. I'd agree with that one.
She's done so much for the community. It's just I don't know. It's just unfathomable how much she's contributed to the community.
It is, definitely. All right. So this will be the last question before we wrap up. What is your favorite thing about lock sport?
I think the atmosphere, the people who make this community are a special breed.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. And the love and the outpouring they show to perfect strangers
Yeah.
just because they're luck pickers also. I'm a bud drinker, but that don't make me a friend with every other bud drinker. But if you're a lock picker, you've got friends.
Yeah.
It's the camaraderie. Haven't felt that since the military.
Yeah. No, it's a definite unique community out there on with online, and they're definitely a different sort of breed of people that are in this. So my hats off to them as well. So is there a final message you'd like to give to our audience?
Let's see, a final message. Uh, Gosh, you got all the right questions, and you pulled out everything I wanted to say already. I don't know. Can I give me a break, will you?
Words of encouragement for other pickers, maybe new ones, or maybe pickers that are coming into this just now who are, at the same point in their lives you are, or anything like that? Give it a go.
Well, all I can really say is if Skip can do it, anybody can do it. Just like if anybody can do it, Skip can. If Skip can do it, you can do it too.
All
I'm
right.
not breaking any records, mind you, but I, I'm getting along pretty good in the community. If you ask
Yeah.
me, I don't know how the other people in the community feel about it, but
Yeah.
uh,
I want to thank you for doing the interview. I had a blast talking with you, and we did the pre-interview. That was a lot of fun to just kind of just talk through some things, and I loved hearing your perspective on things and what you've kind of experienced. That was really fun to talk about. So with that,
oh,
I'm going to wrap this one up. If you've not been interviewed yet, why not? Come and talk to me, and we'll make some kind of arrangements so we can get an interview done for you too. Let the lock sport community know who you are and what you're about. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up. If you are a subscriber, thank you. If you are not yet a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications and all, and hit like on the video. And thanks for listening.